So, what is prompt engineering and why should you care? If you work with AI models in any capacity, either to make your own business more efficient or to create high quality outputs for your clients using AI, then you need prompt engineering. In this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly how it is that you need to think about working with these AI models in order to achieve high quality results. My name's Garrett. I'm a former data scientist and psychologist. I have my own AI agency now where I automate workflows for my clients using AI. And obviously, everything I do there depends on creating high quality prompts. I'm also a lecturer for generative AI, so I teach people how prompt engineering actually works. So, in this video, I want to share with you how I approach the field and how I think about these prompts. So here's a definition on prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is the art and science of creating high quality outputs with AI models by intentionally engineering their instructions. There's a couple of aspects to this that I want to point out. There is sort of like an art aspect to it because over time, as you work more with these AI models, you develop an intuition for how they work, right? And this way, with experience, you can guide them more efficiently to create better results. There's obviously a science aspect to it because these models, they're basically just algorithms. So we can study how they work in order to improve our prompt engineering. The whole goal of it is to create high quality outputs because in order to create any type of positive economic impact for ourselves or our clients, we need to be able to create high quality outputs because otherwise, what's the point, right? And then lastly, the whole craft of it, like what we do is we intentionally engineer the instructions that we send the AI models themselves. So conceptually, you can think about the work with an AI model on three levels. We have the input, so it's the information we send the model. We have the model itself, and then the model creates an output based on the input. Analogous to the brain, you can think about the AI model itself, the neural network, as sort of like having a long-term memory. There's information stored in this neural network, which gets trained in by the model provider. And then we have a short-term memory. The short-term memory is the information that we send the model, which it has access to in the current run, where it currently works with you, but otherwise it doesn't, right? What we want to do in prompt engineering is we want to intentionally engineer and manipulate the information that we send the model because this determines the type of output that gets generated. And like I said, in order to create high quality outputs, everything depends on the type of information and the way that we present the information in the input. So why is this important? So here's the difference between how AI model works compared to traditional software, right? So traditional software is what's called deterministic. It sort of has like a conditional logic flow to it, meaning that I program into the software, if this happens, then do this. If this happens, then do that, right? So for example, if I put in a function that says, if A happens, do B, in 100 out of 100 cases, if I put in A, it's going to result in the result being B, right? So this is just deterministic behavior by traditional software. AI models are different. So generative AI models, they are what's called probabilistic, meaning everything depends on probabilities. If I put in A, conceptually, to an AI model, there's a probability distribution of potential outputs that might follow next. And then the model selects, depending on other parameters, which type of output it's going to pick and present to you, right? So for example, if I put in A, there's a certain likelihood of resulting in B, but also in C and D and E. Why is this a problem? So in certain instances, it's actually not a problem. If we want to do creative work and we want to have a broad distribution of answers that are given to our prompt, then this is actually a feature. This is something positive. But if we want to automate workflows, then we need predictably high quality results because otherwise it doesn't work. We can't automate a workflow if the result sometimes is good, but in other instances it's not. And this is exactly why prompt engineering is so important. So you can think about it in this way. Let's say we input a prompt to an AI model, and this whole circle is the whole range of all possible outputs, right? If we put in a poorly structured and poorly specified prompt, then there's a whole section of answers that we're going to get that are not the result that we're actually looking for. If we do a better job in structuring our prompt and specifying what we want the AI model to do, then we sort of skew the probability distribution in the direction where we want it. And this trend actually continues. So the better of a job I'm doing with a prompt, the higher the probability that I'm getting the result that I wanted. This is just dependent on the behavior of these generative AI models under the hood. And this is actually exactly what I'm doing with my clients. So My whole job as a prompt engineer in these projects is to make sure that the probability of the model to produce a very high quality result is very, very high. And the way that I do this is I structure the information that I'm presenting the AI model correctly, and I'm being very specific in what I want the model to generate. So this has been my quick overview of what prompt engineering actually is, how I think about the field, and if you want to learn more about how prompt engineering actually works, subscribe to the channel. I'm looking to provide more information on how I actually do prompting in the future here as well. Like the video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.